Well, I am unbelievably excited and proud to be chosen to be the next coach at Boston College.
Inside Conti Forum, where Jerry York made magic happen for 28 years. Today from Boston College, his retirement press conference here on NESN. And inside the Murray Room, we welcome you and thank you so much for joining us here on NESN. Eric Galanti with you as we celebrate the winningest coach in college hockey history, Jerry York, winner of over 1,000 career games, the only one to ever reach that 1,000 career mark. He will be joining us in the Murray Room in just a few moments as we celebrate his retirement, just announced last week as the head coach of Boston College after 50 years as a college hockey coach. Before we get started with the press conference and the questions today, we are going to take a look at the life and hockey life of Coach Jerry York, starting just as a baby, as a player at Boston College, as a head coach at Clarkson, Bowling Green, and then here at BC for 28 years. Let's look back at the life in hockey of Coach York.
Coach York, Kevin Hayes here. I just wanted to say congrats on an incredible career and everything you've accomplished over your years as a head coach. I want to say thank you for shaping the man I am today. I know I wouldn't be here without your help. I just want to wish you luck on whatever happens next.
Hey Coach, just wanted to say congratulations on a well-deserved retirement. Wanted to personally thank you for the influence that you've had on my life, both on and off the ice. And wanted to just wish you the best. You've left a legacy for this program that's going to go on for generations to come. And I can't thank you enough. And it's been a pleasure to play for you back in the day and stay involved in the BC hockey program as well. So congratulations again. Look forward to seeing you on the golf course this summer, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hey Coach York, I just wanted to congratulate you on a great career. Wanted to thank you for everything you've done for my brother and I at Boston College. We wouldn't be where we're at today without you. Good luck in your retirement and go Eagles.
Hey Coach, congratulations on your retirement. Certainly an unparalleled career, and I know a lot of great memories to look back on over the years. I'm really just thankful to have been a part of really a small piece of it. So thanks for everything you've done for me and for Boston College, and hope you have plenty of time now to spend with family and get out on the golf course. Congratulations again, Coach.
Congratulations, Coach York, on a truly legendary career. I'm honored to have been just a small part of it. Thank you so much for inspiring me to be the best version of myself on and off the ice every day. Your contagious passion for the game has left a tremendous impact on college hockey. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jack Dunn, the AVP of University Communications and University Spokesman here at Boston College. And on behalf of William P. Leahy, the President of BC, I'd like to welcome you here today for this gathering in the Yawkey Center to celebrate the winningest coach in NCAA history, the most beloved coach in the history of Boston College, an unparalleled university ambassador, and one of the finest individuals and gentlemen to ever grace this campus, Jerry York. The format for this availability will be as follows. I'll introduce Pat Kraft, the William B. Campbell Director of Athletics at Boston College. He'll introduce Coach York, and then Coach is going to take questions here from the podium. What we ask is any media member, please identify yourself. Again, this is being broadcast live. State your affiliation, and I've been asked to remind folks to try to keep the center aisle free. At the end, Coach has agreed to do media availabilities one-on-one here along the side. And his former players, some of his former players and several of his student athletes are here today. They too have volunteered to take questions from media to speak about the remarkable impact that Coach York has had on their lives, shaping them as individuals, as men, as professionals, as student athletes. So let me begin by presenting to you the William B. Campbell Director of Athletics, Patrick Kraft.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm going to try to get through this pretty quick. Emotional day for all of us. It's been an emotional few days. It's a bittersweet moment for us here on the Heights, but a day to celebrate. And actually, I'm going to take this opportunity to embarrass Coach, so this is really good for me. Too bad. I got the mic. I want to get through some of these accolades. I asked Hags to pull them all together, and we could be here for days. The impact that Coach has had on the game of hockey in Boston College. But we were just laughing. Bobby asked, you're not going to go through all these. I said, yeah, I am. Because this is what he's meant to so many. Let's just start. 100th season of Boston College men's hockey. It was Jerry's 50th as a Division I head coach and his 28th here on the Heights. He is as everyone knows, college hockey's winningest coach. That record of 1,123 career wins will never be broken. They say records are meant to be broken. That one will never be broken. His career spans 28 years at BC, 15 at Bowling Green State, and 7 at Clarkson. He's one of 3 coaches in the NCAA history to lead 2 different schools to the NCAA title, Bowling Green and Boston College in 01, 08, 10, and 12. Inducted to the Hockey Hall of Fame on November 18, 2019 in Toronto, becoming only the 5th NCAA coach to be inducted. Inducted into the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame, December 9, 2021, became the 10th Eagle inducted. Enshrined in, obviously, the BC Varsity Club Hall of Fame. Inducted in the Bowling Green State University Athletic Hall of Fame. 59 of his former players have played at least 50 games in the NHL. 18 of his players have been first-round NHL draft picks. Has brought 4 national championship trophies, including 3 in a span of 5 years, 01, 08, 10, and 12. Led the Eagles to 9 Hockey East tournament titles, 98, 99, 01, 05, 07, 08, 10, 11, and 12. Guided BC to 12 Hockey East regular season titles, at least a share of 5 of the last 7, 01, 03, 04, 05, 11, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20, and 21. 12 Frozen Four berths. 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2004, 2006. I'm out of breath. 2007, 2008, 2010, 2012, 14, and 16. And the all-time leader in NCAA tournament wins with 41 victories. Jerry picked up the 1,100 win January 23rd against UConn, earned his 1,000th career win over UMass Amherst. He's, as a player now, we talk about his coaching accolades, scored 134 points, 64 goals, 70 assists in his 81-game career here on the Heights, 3-year letter winner. Ranks among the school's all-time leaders in career points, goals, and assists. 67 All-American, first team, All-New England, Walter Brown Award, top American-born player in New England, and led the Eagles to a 16-26 record, the 1965 Beanpot title, and second place in the 1965 NCAA tournament. He's won multiple Coaches of the Year awards, Hockey East 2004, 11, 14, 18, 21. I just go through that, and that, by the way, is just a snippet of what Jerry's done on the ice. And we're proud of that. Jerry kept the department, honestly, at an elite level for a long time. And I said in a staff meeting, we all need to rally around Jerry. Because Jerry held BC athletics and the elite standard for decades. And he did it the right way. So why is this emotional? Yeah, well, as an AD, you never want to lose the greatest coach of all time. But more importantly is the person that everybody in this room knows who he is. He is the standard bearer. He's, I argue, one of the greatest ambassadors BC's has. He is the standard we all live up to. He is a great hockey coach. He's a better person. My 2 years here, he has been incredible. The man is the greatest hockey coach ever. He comes and brings you dog treats for Gus. How's Gus doing? How's Annie doing? How's Joseph doing? Never about him. Never about him. He's one of the finest human beings I've ever been around in my entire life. So this is a tough day. And everyone that's in our building and the staff here know Jerry is always around. So we all are going to struggle with that, not having him around. Hopefully he does come around more. But he is the greatest of all time. He truly is the GOAT. I think he's one of the greatest. I believe he's the greatest college coach in the history of college sports. But for me, Jerry, I love you to death. You've been amazing, and I'm just happy that you guys get to enjoy time with the grandkids and life after this. But you are the greatest Eagle. And so with that, a little bit long-winded, Jerry York.
You know, for a football guy, you're pretty eloquent up here, Pat. First of all, Steve Garabedian put this together live on Nesson, and of course, Bobby wanted to tape it. She was going to tape it. She said, you know what's following this? He's going to embarrass you, Jerry. He's got golf with Andy Brickley. So I played 18 holes with Andy a number of years ago, and first hole, I just duck-tooked it to the left. And so they're going to show that. But thank you very much, Stephen, there. You know, certainly I want to reach out and thank Father Leahy and the administration for all they've done to support our hockey program, and just with, I can't think of one thing that I asked for that they said we can't do that. So it's been great, supportive. I really enjoyed that relationship with our administration. You know, I was trying to think back 28 years ago, my first hire, and it was John Hegarty. And John said, do you remember they interviewed Jerry? And I said, you know, to myself, I've always, I think, prided myself in interviewing and bringing in the right people here, assistant coaches, director of hockey ops, whatever. He says, Jerry, I walked in, I was brand new graduate of BC. I had just picked out a brand new suit. I'm all set. And he said, come on, we're going to Duncan. We're going to go visit J.P. McCursey, a BU goaltender that was hit with a bicycle accident and was paralyzed. And so here we are at MGH, but I also get John with me, and I can really feel, you know, what his thoughts were through that trip to the hospital and back, and I almost forgot about that that John said the other day. So he's been my right-hand guy for 28 years, and certainly because John was one of my top hires here. I'd also like to, you know, thank my wife Bobby. She's been, you know, a rock for 50 years, and I distinctly remember about second year at Clarkson, and we're back for our Christmas vacation, and her dad was a trial lawyer at that time and said, Jerry, now, when are you going to get a real job? when are you going to get out of this coaching thing? I said, well, it's probably 10 years or so, Brian, and I'll be ready. He says, all right, okay. So he never held me to that aforementioned thing. Pat Kraft's been terrific, you know, as an athletic director, but just as a friend. He flew out on the red-eye to Denver at the last moment to watch the Hall of Fame there. Was in Florida at the athletic directors meetings, flew back from Florida. It was going right back at 4 o'clock, and we came back to a violent windstorm and rain, and left Naples there. So, just thank you very much, Pat, for being here. And real quick, I was looking at my brother Bill, but he pulled one of the all-time pranks on me that ever. And growing up with 10 children, I was the 8th in the line there, and you develop that kind of relationship with your brothers and sisters. But he kind of pushed it. We were at Lake Placid in 1984. We just won a national championship, and we're back at the big ballroom at the hotel with parents and friends and all the players, and we're celebrating it. And all of a sudden, Jack Gregory, my athletic director at that time, said, "Jerry, we got the White House on hold here. President Reagan wants to speak with you." And so we hushed all the crowd, and he came up with a mic, and now I'll put you with President Reagan. My brother Bill was mimicking him, and here I am up top. He says, "I got you," he says, "I got you." So, but again, I'm really honored to be here today, and so many people. I look at Father Penner, and Tony, you've been with me you got a doctorate with me now, huh? You've got past a doctorate that number of years. But please don't write a paper about me. But he's been a rock for us, just like my wife and other people around. So I know Jack's going to run some questions with me, so very brief. But again, thank you for coming. One of the things I enjoy the most about BC is not, power plays and penalty killing, and certainly not traveling back from the West Coast on a red eye from recruiting, but just the relationship I have with other people. I think that makes, I had a chance to go pro a number of times with different NHL teams, and I just said, hey, this is where I belong. This is where I wake up every day, and 4 miles, I'm here at BC, and I'm not just, but say hello to the custodians, saying hello to the number of people we have on campus I've become friendly with, whether they're economics professors or, just softball coaches and lacrosse coaches and football coaches. It's been great, that whole relationship. And so I'll miss hockey, but I'll miss, more importantly, the relationships I had every day here. So, again, without further ado, I'll bring up Jack.
Okay, folks, we're happy to take questions. Alistair has microphones that we'll pass around.
Hi, Jerry. This is Emma Healy from the Heights. Obviously, some top games in your career are those national championship wins, but when the lights fade and the confetti settles, what have been your favorite games at BC so far?
Well, I'll start with, probably, and it's interesting because you think right away of trophies and championships and everything, but I think just, a number of times we came real close to winning them and didn't. We had Brian Jonta's crew come in as a freshman and go right to the Frozen Four. We're at first opportunity with the Garden with Michigan, and we're in overtime for the national championship, and Jamie O'Leary hits the crossbar, and Marty Turco, and puck comes out, and we lose that game. But to come back in and the feeling among our players, hey, we've really done something very special here, and we're going to get more of these, coach. And we went to 4 straight Frozen Fours with Brian Jonta's group, and had lost the previous 3 in the championship games, and that final game with North Dakota in 2001, Chris Kalanis, Chuck Kobaso scoring the winner. I almost broke my left ankle on the bench there, so falling off there. But that probably stands out as one of my real memorable moments.
Hi, Coach. Megan Gentile from the Heights. You grew up in Watertown and have spent the majority of your life in the Boston area. What's so special about Boston as a city and the college hockey community here in the Northeast?
Well, Watertown is certainly God's country. You know that. I was so disappointed when Pat moved in from Temple, and he said, "I wish I lived." I said, "It's the only spot is to, make sure you buy a house in, Watertown." And to my dismay, he went to Needham of all places, But it's special being in Boston. Growing up here, my aspiration was always, geez, could I go to BC? Could I, actually play hockey at BC? And, so it's all growing up in a family like that. It's so important to stay close to home. And, I had a lot of Sunday dinners back home. So, but It's special. The academics are huge here in the city. Athletic teams, whether they're pro or college, it's a big part of our life here. So I could never have grown up in Tuscaloosa. Just football there,
Andrew Mahoney, Boston Globe. Congrats on a great career, Jerry.
Thanks, Andrew.
I was wondering, how much did the changing landscape of college hockey, if that impacted your decision at all with the transfer portal and kids leaving earlier to go to the NHL?
I think over 50 years I've coached, there's been tremendous changes throughout that time period. Freshmen could only play freshman hockey. We changed that. We dropped scholarships from 25 to 18. So we've lived with change. And certainly, if you're going to be in college athletics or any type of situation, there's going to be changes. And it's just part of the nature of the event. So no real issue with that.
Scott McLaughlin, WEI. Congratulations, Jerry.
Thank you.
You mentioned you had a couple chances to go pro. Was there one time that you came close, or that was tempting, or that you had to give serious consideration to?
Yeah, probably two. George McPhee, when he was coaching, GM at Washington, and then when Dave Taylor was GM at Los Angeles Kings, and we had some serious talks about it, and he said, "Come, it's going to be, charter flights. It's going to be, but it's pro." And one of the things I've been so excited about is I had 50 years, I never get fired. It's kind of, and the NHL level, you're going to go 4 years, you're going to get fired, and then you're going to wait 6 months, and someone else hires you, and you're back in the pro merry-go-round. So I respect those pros. They're entertainment for me. I love watching them, but when it get down to the, do you want to come? I said, this is where I belong. And I was smart enough to recognize that. BC degree,
Mike McMahon, College Hockey News. Coach, first of all, congrats on a great career. I'm interested, obviously, longtime rivals, Coach Parker and Coach Umili. Have you talked to them at all over the last week or so? And I know in your statement last week you mentioned playing golf might be more on the agenda now. Do you think you'll get out there with them at all?
Jack does not play golf. Rich does, so for sure. And they both called and I talked to both of them. But, I think I've prided myself in, the competitiveness of going against that guy. And whether it be Jeff Jackson at Notre Dame and Lake State when he was there, or Red Berenson with Michigan, or like you said, Rich and Jack, Dean Blaze at North Dakota. So it's a certain camaraderie with coaches at all different levels. Some of my best buddies are Division III coaches, so it's not, just the Division I guys we played. So, yeah, I like that relationship, and you'll have to beat those guys, but they push you really, really hard.
Emma Healy with the Heights. Coach, after 50 years of waking up at 5 a.m., going to practice, thousands of games, tens of thousands of practices, what do you do now? What's next?
And I love this saying. It's an old Jewish saying that, man makes all these elaborate plans, and then God just laughs. So, we can map out, hey, here's what I'm going to do over the next 10 years, but who knows? And I want to just wake up every day and, be excited about the day coming, and let's see what happens. Jeff, that sounds like a football coach, doesn't it? Wake up every day, see what happens. So, hopefully I'll get no more calls at 3 a.m. from players. I need some help here, Coach. Jerry Buck, you're looking right at me. I don't know why.
Scott McLaughlin, WEI. Jerry, you mentioned 1994 when you got hired. I know there had been a couple of times that you had applied and they went with someone else. Did you ever feel like disappointment, or that maybe it might not happen or wasn't meant to be, or anything like that?
Well, I had great jobs, but I do remember at Clarkson, as assistant coach there, I had 2 years at Clarkson. I'm 26 years old, 25 years old, and the BC job opened. And I remember I said, geez, I'm ready, And so I called Bill Flynn, who was the athletic director at that time, and said, Mr. Flynn, I'd love to come back and coach BC. And so I was part of just an interview process. They brought down 5 or 6 people, and I thought I did a great job, and then Bill called me. Woke me up one morning, like at 4:45. Hey, Jerry, I want to let you know we're going to announce the next head coach at Boston College, and you just don't have the experience, And so then flash forward to '94, and Bill was at our press conference, and he had a question, and I asked him. I said, Bill, about something. And I said, Bill, do you think I have enough experience now? He says, yes, you do. So, 30 years later, but that's, we talk about memorable moments, and I've often said it, and Bobby understands this, that, in '94, when Father Monin brought me up to his residence on College Road there, and sat me down, it was about 10 o'clock at night. Chuck Gladchucker brought me through campus, and he says, Jerry, I'd like you to become the next head coach at Boston College. And I was like, that's some all the memories I have. And then he quickly followed with, now, you understand, Jerry, that if you break an NCAA rule, I'm going to fire you. In the same breath as, oh, yeah, I'll be a total line father. So, but that was probably the most memorable moment that night. It was just something I always aspired to. But I never disappointed. I was disappointed, but never crushed by not getting that job as a young 26-year-old. And I think at Bowling Green, it opened up again. And but it was never, I thought, hey, all right, it's not meant to be. And so all of a sudden, like that. So I want to thank Mike Milbury for staying 20 days and deciding to go back to be with the New York Islanders. I have planted some questions. I don't know why, Bill Coyne, you're not going to say that,
Questions?
Emma Healy from the Heights. So Dr. Kraft read off all of your, accolades that you can find on paper. But to you, what do you see as your legacy at BC?
You talk all about Hall of Fames and different things like that, but and I love walking in the back of Conti when I see the Hall of Fame of BC there. But I want to be, and I aspire to be, a husband that makes the Hall of Fame, a father that makes the Hall of Fame, a friend of a number of people that'll make me in the Hall of Fame. So those Hall of Fames mean more important to me than the other ones. So, but you got to strive every day for those, and I think I tried that, Interesting fact in that, Brian Boyle was, they sent me an article from the Pittsburgh paper. It says, I've played for a number of coaches now. He's been, 16 years in the NHL, and I've never had a coach that didn't swear. I don't know what's wrong with Jerry, but he just, but I remember my dad, when I was young, I must have said something stupid, and he had the dictionary there, and he showed me, he says, Jerry, there's lots of words in the dictionary. You don't have to, use these F words. And so I've kind of stayed with me through all the years.
Hey, Jerry, Dan Roach from WBZ. 2 questions. One is, how many people have you heard from since you announced that you were retiring, and anybody surprised you that you heard from?
I haven't heard from anybody. It's been
That's not good.
A couple of days here. The phone must be broken, I think. My hand is like, I'm trying to respond to all these texts and emails, but I'll eventually get through them, Dan. I don't know, 800 maybe.
And just when I say the words Boston College, what goes through your mind?
Iron Aristotle. Come on, you went to a good high school, a Greek, ever to excel. I think that's a good motto, and I thought that's something that 4 years of Greek I had in high school. Can you believe that? 4 years of Latin. What did I do with those? I did learn that alma mater means trusted mother, and so when the alma mater call, it's like your mom calling, come on back and help us. So I got a C in Latin. So. We go home pretty soon, Bobby. We're going to be here all set here.
Questions?
questions about our starting quarterback next year? I'm ready for those, just kind of.
Megan Gentile from the Heights. You've talked many times over the years about BC's values as an institution and the influence of a Jesuit education. How did you try to use those values to shape the way you built BC's program and coached?
Well, I think, we try to educate the whole man at all the Jesuit schools, not just like Georgetown or Holy Cross, but I think we probably do it the best here. And it just, be a man for others. I think that's been very important for me. And, so many people just think about themselves and what can I gain from it. But so be a man for others, that's probably what shaped, shaped my life. So.
I think it's appropriate that Megan from the Heights, the student newspaper at Boston College, asked a question regarding values, because to all of us who have had the honor of working with Jerry, he epitomizes the very best of Boston College in its values, what we aspire to be as a university. He was that way when he was at BC High, he was that way when he was at Boston College, and we are so grateful to him for all the contributions he has made to this university. There'll never be another one like him, and it's been an honor to work with him, to get to know him, to experience the joy of being a colleague of Jerry York's. So ladies and gentlemen, Jerry York.
Now you do understand that Jack's hobby is being a referee, so he's a zebra. So you never believe those zebras,
So if there are media who'd like to have one-on-ones with Jerry, Alice, best to do it here? Or, yeah, so feel free to come up with cameras and microphones if you want to have a conversation with Coach York. And thank you all for being here today for this day.